Hi, this is Mariam. I'm second year medical student in Kiev Medical University. Okay, our topic today is the humoral regulation of vascular function. The coordination of physiological and biochemical process affected through the body's fluid, like blood, lymph, intestinal fluids, by means of biologically active substances, like metabolized hormones, parahormones, and ions, released by cells, organs, and tissues in the course of their vital activities. In highly developed animals and man, humoral regulation is subject to nervous regulation, and together with it forms a single system of neurohumoral regulation. Metabolic products act not only directly on effector organs but also on the endings of sensory nerves. And nerve centers, causing various reaction humorally or reflexively. For example, if intensification of physical excretion elevates the CO2 level in the blood, this elevated level itself excites the respiratory center, which leads to an intensification of respiration and elimination of the excess CO2 from the body. A humoral transmission of nerve impulses by chemical substances, so-called mediators, occurs in the central and peripheral nervous systems. The products of intermediate metabolism, along with hormones, play an important role in humoral regulation. The biological activity of the body fluids as a function of the ratio of the catecholamine content, like epinephrine, norepinephrine, their precursors, and catabolites, acetylcholine and histamine and serotonin, other biological like epinephrine, norepinephrine, their precursors, and catabolites, acetylcholine and histamine and serotonin, other biogenic amines, and some polypeptides and amino acids, as well as a function of the state of enzymatic systems.
Hi guys, my name is Yahya Osama Shawkat. Regulation of endocrine glands. Neural regulation. You have neuroendocrine regulation and endocrine regulation, and the last non-endocrine regulation. We will talk about neural regulation, nervous impulses, and adrenal medulla hypothalamus. Neuroendocrine regulation, releasing hormones, and anterior lobe of hypophysis. Endocrine regulation, tropic hormones, the adrenal cortex, thyroid gland, ovarious testes. Non-endocrine regulation, metabolites, ions, and parathyroid glands, pancreases. Storage and secretion of hormones. Storage and secretion of hormones. All the protein hormones are formed by the granular endoplasmatic reticulum of the glandular cells. Large molecular pre-prohormone then is cleaved to smaller prohormone. Final active proteins hormone is formed by the Golgi apparatus and compacted into small secretory vehicles. Main features of humoral regulation. Transmitters of information, chemicals, and of neural regulation, electric signal chemics, nerves. Ways of passage to information of humoral regulation, blood and lymphatic vessels, intercellular gaps. Of neural regulation, nerves. Method of transmitting information of humoral regulation, transfer to chemicals from the from the bloodstream. Of neural regulation, realization of nervous impulses, secretion of neurotransmitters. Speed. Of humoral regulation, slow and long duration. Of neural regulation, rapid and immediate.
everyone, my name is Annette. I am in video group 1 and we're talking about the hormonal regulation of visceral organs. And I'm here to give examples of these hormones that coordinate the blood vessels. Examples include serotonin, epinephrine, which is also called adrenaline. It causes sympathetic innervation. It causes constriction and dilation of blood vessels depending on its action. Blood to muscles is increased during enhanced sympathetic nervous activity. At the same time, blood to the dilation region reduces due to the activation of the alpha receptors. Vasopressin from neurohypophysis causes constriction. Endothelin, which is the most important cardioconstrictor, is known as the peptide of amino acids synthesized in endothelium of blood vessels, and it circulates the blood. Endothelin constrict arteries, but there are endothelin receptors that have the opposite, which is dilation, which is causing dilation. Sorry. Then there's also the arterial natriuretic peptide. Yes, they are synthesized and released from muscle cells of atria of the heart in response to the stretching of the atria. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sharwil Makiran and I'm from 1902. This is where we've reached the renin-angiotensin system. So the liver synthesizes protein of angiotensinogen and releases it into the circulation. Angiotensinogen turns to angiotensin 1, which is a weak vasoconstrictor, by the enzyme renin, which is present in the kidneys. But it can be transformed into angiotensin 2, which is a strong vasoconstrictor, by the angiotensin converting enzyme, or ACE or ACE. Okay, now angiotensin 1 circulates through the lungs, while angiotensin 2 receptors are present on smooth muscle cells that cause vasoconstriction. Now, these receptors, vasoconstrictor receptors, activation can lead to hyperplasia and lead to hypertrophy of the artery wall, causing potentially hypertension and increased blood pressure. So angiotensin also works on adrenal glands to release aldosterone, which stimulates the reabsorption of sodium in the nephron. Thanks.